Governor Whitmer is asking the state legislature to extend her emergency declaration by almost a month. She says the state is making progress, but making too many changes too quickly could cause a setback. The state House and Senate are meeting to decide what happens next. And Rod Maloney joins us now live with that part of the story. Rod?
Yeah, Rod, the legislature in session today, the House not doing a whole lot, Senate talking a little bit more. They're going to be working pretty much in earnest tomorrow, and we'd be looking to take up the extension of the state of emergency that the governor is asking for another 28 days. But in order for allow that to happen, there has to be a bridging of a chasm here of speed in terms of reopening the state. And I've been told by sources in the legislature now about what it is that the legislature, the representatives, the leaders, and the governor talked about last night, and what it is that the Republicans want to see happen now in order to give her extension. The first thing they want to see resumed as soon as possible, like now, is the whole construction industry, indoor and outdoor. They want to see that moving right away. The majority leader said yesterday he didn't understand why she didn't allow for that last Friday. In the meantime, they also want to see non-emergency medical procedures resume, getting people back in to see their doctors, whether it's in a hospital or perhaps more in an office setting. And they also want to see a faster moving and more specific regional reopening plan. The governor yesterday rolled out a fairly extensive plan separating the state into 8 regions and trying to figure out ways to reopen that. They want to see that getting revved up as quickly as possible too. So let's hear from both the governor and the Senate Majority Leader about their positions in this situation.
There was demonstrated early on, weeks ago, best practices based on the risks of businesses, primarily on the size of the business and how much public access there was, that could have allowed a transition much sooner than now to allow more businesses than what are currently being allowed to operate.
We need to mitigate risk. We can't eliminate risk completely, but we need to get it down as low as we possibly can manage. And so being really thoughtful about what this looks like, this re-engagement, is important.
And so this afternoon, I'm told that the leadership and the governor will meet again to see if they can find a middle ground here that they can all agree with. And then we'll have to see what becomes of the legislative session tomorrow as to whether they want to go ahead with that extension of the state of emergency declaration. So for now, reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.